Everybody, good morning. Troy Rawlings live morning edition. Happy Monday, June 8th. Welcome. It's early. It's about 6:02 a.m. What's going on, DJ Kaleem? 6:02 a.m. here in Los Angeles. 9:02 a.m. on the East Coast. My friend KLB, happy birthday. In Texas, it's 8:03 a.m. there. Dear friend Karen. It's Mental Health Marty, how are you? For those that don't know, Troy Rawlings Morning Edition, all this year, for 52 weeks, 5 days a week, I'll be talking about love. L-O-V-E. Not just love and relationships to our mate, our spouse, wife, husband, partner. Love. And for the month of June, I'm talking specifically about, like I said, specifically and not pacifically, because I'm on the Pacific coast. Anyway, I'm talking specifically about self-love. Because I don't think we can love properly until we properly learn to love ourselves. My mission in life is to help men and women communicate. One of my missions, at least, is to help men and women communicate better in love. And that's why I'm on this journey. Carpe Diem, seize the most fantastic, most fabulous, a more fulfilling day. Or MF day. It is a part of my brand, as you can tell. Thank you, Jen, for my amazing water coffee mug, black. Got the silver, gold, silver and gold, silver and... You pop in here, let me know your name, actual name, and the city you're hitting us from. Let me put information down here. Actually, I'll put today's topic down here today. So when people pop in, they'll see that. How y'all feeling? Welcome. It's the morning, so I do not rush through any of this. We're going to be together for about an hour today. Let your friends know. It's a great way to start the day. And if you can't make it, catch it live, you can catch this on replay. You can catch this on my IG timeline later. I put it on LinkedIn. I put it on Facebook. It lives on YouTube, on my Troy Rawlings YouTube channel. So, and if you missed last week, because it was the first week it started, this was the first week of June, and June 1st was on a Monday. It was dope because I started off the week on the 1st. So today is June 8th, and we're on part 6, because I don't do the weekends. Carpe Diem. And yeah, today we're going to be talking about rediscovering joy. Reconnecting with what makes you happy. And this is about self-love. This isn't gonna deal with anything that someone on the outside of you brings in. But before we get started, before we get started, okay. All right, let's see. All right, y'all. How's everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Spread the word. Spread it to your peeps. All right. Let's jump in. First things first. First thing I like to do is just do a little breathing. Just breathing. It's not a breathing exercise per se. It's just breathing. All right. All right. Whew. Take a deep breath in. Inhale love, peace, joy. Breathe all the way in your diaphragm. Hold it for a second. Exhale. Hate, fear, anger, doubt. Inhale. Joy, peace, love, happiness, fulfillment. Exhale. Fear, doubt, anger. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. This last time, feel your diaphragm. Breathe in through your nose. Inhale. Exhale. Air is free right now. Air is free. I was watching Total Recall. It wasn't free. Air is free now. All right. Quick prayer. Father, thank you for this wonderful day, June 8th, Monday. Thank you for the start of a new week, a refreshing week. Bless everybody that's listening, watching, however they're getting this. Bless our loved ones. Guide us. Let's have an awesome day today. In your precious name we pray. Amen. All right. It's not a religious broadcast, but I like to start it like that. All right. Had my Zen music, the waterfalls. Don't go chasing waterfalls today. Okay. I was about to say, waterfalls are beautiful. All right, y'all. Yo, we got some funny birthdays today. I like to talk about celebrity birthdays. We literally have a couple funny birthdays. But it's funny, the 2 people that I saw whose birthday is today. Let me change up this music so we can lift it up a little bit because, you know, it's 1, it's Monday. 2, it's the morning, baby. So I need a little I need a little morning traffic jam music for me. I don't know about y'all, but I need a little bit. Hey. All right. I'm not trying to get beat up by Instagram for music. But how's everybody? Good morning. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you're having a good start to your week wherever you are. If you're not, hopefully this blesses you a bit. All right, let's get into some celebrity birthdays real quick. June 8th. We're Monday, June 8th, 2026. But believe it or not, rapper Kanye West's birthday is today. Blessings to Kanye. For some reason, you know what's so funny? As we're doing these birthdays, and I think about Kanye, like he's been seen a couple places and doing different things and selling out crazy concerts around the world, like making $40 million a night. He's been pretty quiet. So I don't know. Everybody has a growth, evolution, so you never know. Happy birthday to Kanye West. Some of our celebrity birthdays. Also, which is funny, Tony Hinchcliffe, the guy that caused all the ruckus at every time he speaks, it seems like. He's one of those shock comedians that like to walk that line of talking about, I think he's gay. I'm not sure. Happy Pride Month to everybody who celebrates Pride. But he was the one that said some crazy thing about Puerto Rico, and at the Kevin Hart roast, he said some more crazy stuff. But it's his birthday. Him and Kanye have the same birthday. June 8th. Pop singer Tom Grennan, his birthday is today. Nancy Sinatra, country singer. turns 85 today. The late, great Joan Rivers, her birthday was today, June 8th. And I think I'll end it on this one. No, let me do Jerry Stiller, the late, great Jerry Stiller, another movie actor, comedic actor, father of Ben Stiller. His birthday was today. Barbara Bush, mother of former president, wife of, I didn't mean to call her husband, wife of former President Bush Sr., her birthday was today. Actor Griffin Dunne, his birthday is today. And one of the great comedian, producer, director, a muse for most of us comics that do anything in the content space or production, the one and only Keenan Ivory Wayans, his birthday is today. Happy birthday, Keenan Ivory Wayans. He turns 67 today. And big happy birthday to Keenan, but a big congratulations to the Wayans brothers. Their new scary movie broke the box office this past weekend. I think it was last weekend, yeah. I think they made $105 million over the weekend. I don't know what their budget was, but congratulations, young man. All right. Let's get to it, y'all. Let's get to it. Happy August Kendall. Hey, August. Making the donut. Time to make the donuts, baby. Yes, you can check it out later. I'll even send it to you. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Beautiful girl. I know it seems like I'm up, but I'm not having coffee. I'm having water this morning. Which is why my me, you. Okay. All right, today we're going to talk about rediscovering joy. Joy to be with you. I want you here with me. Keenan Ivory. Okay. Rediscovering joy. I take notes, and these are from me first. I think it's even in doing comedy. If I can't make myself laugh, I don't believe I can make anybody laugh. I know some comedians, they sad. They are some sad, depressed, anxious. You can't make yourself laugh. If you can't make yourself happy, how are you going to do it for anybody else? But how is anybody else going to actually... We're going to get deeper. I'll save that for another time. But I talk to women and tell them, I said, if you can't please yourself, okay. If you don't know what you like, how I'm going to know what you like? If you can't tell me what you like, how I'm going to tell you what you... Okay. All right, we're talking about rediscovering joy today. Rediscovering joy begins by giving yourself permission to slow down, because I can take the heat slow. I don't want to price that song. Rediscovering joy begins by giving yourself permission to slow down and embrace small, manageable shifts. Instead of waiting for massive life changes, you can start by identifying the tiny, everyday activities that naturally bring you peace, playfulness, or a sense of accomplishment. Rediscovering joy begins by giving yourself permission to slow down and embrace small, manageable shifts. Instead of waiting for massive life changes, you can start by identifying the tiny, everyday activities that naturally bring you peace, playfulness, or a sense of accomplishment. Simple pleasures are the best. One of my favorite albums is Bobby McFerrin used to have the song, don't worry, boom, boom, stick it, boom, and be happy. Okay. Man, Bobby, that hurts. Shout out to Bobby McFerrin. Yeah. So it was called Simple Pleasures. Simple Pleasures is one of my favorite albums. I used to listen to it and thought it was just amazing that this brother was a human instrument. But the whole album makes you feel good. It was just dope album. He won Song of the Year. I don't know if he won Album of the Year. He definitely won Song of the Year that year. But simple pleasures, the little things. It's a song like, it's the simple things. The little things. A lot of times we're looking for the big thing, the trip. Oh, I gotta travel. I don't catch feelings. I catch flights. Is this T? What does T mean? Somebody let me know in the comment section wherever you see this. What is this? Is this T? It's T. I don't know what that is. Simple pleasures. What are the small things that bring you joy? Somebody needs their coffee this morning. Somebody likes tea. Somebody stretches, works out, does yoga. Likes to listen to certain music in the morning. How you start your day. I would always tell my daughter, Zoe, you control your day. How you start your day kind of can determine the course of your day. Not saying if you have a bad morning, I got up on the wrong side of bed today. But how you start your day, do you like incense? Some of y'all like sage. Do you like a certain perfume? It's a funny thing. I love different fragrances and scents. And usually if I like a scent, I notice other people like it. If I get a scent and I'm trying something new, I'm like, I really don't feel it. I don't get any compliments on it. Have you noticed that? That usually the things that we like and bring us joy, it exudes out of us. Have you noticed that? Have you noticed that some of the things that you like may get complimented by other people? Women, you notice it when you put on a certain outfit. Or brother, you put on a certain suit or something. Hey, Victor, what's going on? And certain things that we like about ourselves or do something for ourselves tend to exude out of us onto other people. So small, it says embrace small manageable shifts. And I take that as a shift, and that came from Ahead app, the Ahead app. Thanks Ahead. I take that as, like I say, in the morning, I'm over 50 now, so my body may feel a little different in the morning if I sleep a certain way. What's going on, brother? Is that Josh? What's going on, my brother? You working out, you exercising, you stretching in the morning, doing your good mornings and all that stuff. And a small shift, I could have pain in my back or something. I could have pain in my back and do some stretching. Happy Monday, brother. Welcome to the Troy Rawlings live morning edition. We're talking about rediscovering joy, reconnecting with what makes you happy this morning. All a part of self-love month of June. 5 days a week. Troy Rawlings live. Okay. But yeah, it's something as simple as stretching. Something as simple as me having my water in the morning, getting enough water before I do coffee. I have little routines. Saying my morning devotion, saying my morning prayer, thanking God as soon as I open my eyes. Those little things are shifts that kind of bring joy along the way. Because I tell people all the time, life is going to bring you your ups and downs. What are you doing? What are the small things? What are the little things? I'm not really supposed to do dairy. But if I get some pralines and cream from Baskin Robbins, let me tell you something. If I get a little cup of pralines and cream, I'm like a kid in the candy store. I'm not really supposed to do dairy. But if I find a good meat lover's pizza, a slice. I like ramen. What are the things? Let's do that today. Before we even get to it, because I know it's somewhere in this list of things. I usually just Google the topic and pull from it and add to some of the notes I have. Make a list this morning, during the day, while you're at your desk, while you're doing work, of 10 things, little things that bring you joy. It can be a shift. It doesn't have to be a thing. Like I said, it can be manageable shifts. Instead of waiting for massive life changes, you can start by identifying the tiny everyday activities that naturally bring you peace, what calms you. Me stretching, me saying a prayer. I love classical music. I love jazz. Before I want to hear anybody's voice, I want to hear music. Then I might get into some, I might go into hip hop, 80s music, good song. But I like to hear instrumental music first before I hear anybody's voice. I like to drive the instrumental music, especially if I'm thinking or if I'm writing. Big shout out to aka Big Money. What to do, Big Money? Big shout out to and I'll give my sponsors a hit later. Big shout out to Reach LA Angels. my blog. If you haven't been there, check out Reach LA Angels, all the upcoming events, all the live events, way to connect with things around Los Angeles. But also, they have amazing articles, and I am blessed to be one of their contributors. Have my new blog, Life, Love, and Luxuries. I wanted to call it Luxuriousness, but I figured that'd be too. So Life, Love, and Luxuries. Check out my blog. But let's keep it moving. We're talking about rediscovering joy and reconnecting with what makes you happy. Reclaiming happiness doesn't require an overhaul of your entire routine. Focus on these bite-sized strategies to reconnect with what you love. Let's go into it. Create a joy inventory. Create a joy inventory. And this is from the Ahead app. Create a joy inventory. That's number one. Create a joy inventory. List past pleasures. Write down activities, hobbies, and places that used to make you smile, even if they are from years ago. List past pleasures. Write down activities, hobbies, and places that used to make you smile, even if they are from years ago. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, and I remember coming up as a kid, especially when the subway station got opened, Milford Mill subway station opened. It was 3-minute walk from my house, 5-minute walk. That allowed me to go downtown to the Inner Harbor, and I loved walking around the Inner Harbor. His was so funny. I used to love the Inner Harbor, its energy, and by the time I was about 18, I think it was like 18 or 19, 1994, somewhere in 93, 94, I got a job down at the Inner Harbor. The place I loved to go to as a kid, I ended up getting a job down there. It was a clothing store called The Lodge, but I loved being near the water. So moving to California and the sun and everything, and sometimes I forget that I'm in Los Angeles, California, and I can drive to not just the beach, the ocean. And I said a while back, each time I go down there, I end up spending just sitting down at the beach, laying at the beach, going to sleep on the beach, just resting and rejuvenating the water and the breeze. And you live in California, that's something you can actually do every day, even if it's early. When I lived closer to there, I would go and walk with friends down near the beach, down on the beach. What are the simple things that you used to do when you were younger? I used to love to dance. I love art. And no matter how long ago it was, you can tap back into those things. You're never too old to tap back into the things that bring you joy. Let me say it again. I don't care if it's a toy you like to buy. My man Kwame, the rapper Kwame, he is into toys. He had, was it Toy Tuesday? He had a day where he just break new toys to the point where it's a part of his business. Well, it's probably always been a part of his business, but he's a music producer. But what are the things that brought you joy when you were younger that somewhere you stopped? I know a young lady, KLB, birthday today. Happy birthday again. She told me she was an artist, like easel artist. And I was like, yo, do you still do it? I was like, no. A lot of us step away from things that we have. We all do it. We step away from something that actually brought us joy. You making a list, Josh? I see you. We step away from the things that actually brought us joy. And especially us that are getting older. Why? Like the people I know that always have energy and light about them seem like they and there could be some new things, but list past pleasures today, okay? Don't overthink it. Avoid judging whether the activity is productive. Woo! Or if you still have the skill for it. I used to dance. Can you dance like I used to? I'm not that flexible. I'm not going to get on the ground. I might be able to do a little something, but I'm not dancing like I used to. But I can. Oh, wait a second. Hey, work that. Oh, sorry. That word what? I'm from Baltimore. You gotta forgive me. Don't overthink it. Avoid judging whether the activity is productive or if you still have the skill for it. If you're in Los Angeles, this is a sidebar. Today at NBA Golf in Burbank, near Olive and Victory in Burbank, next to 7-Eleven. It's the P.O. box, but we turned it. Part of it is a golf simulator. The next level is my studio. But we're on a big screen. We're going to watch Game 3 at Madison Square Garden of the NBA Finals. You know why I'm so excited? Because I get to bring some refreshments for people and gathering people. And that's one of my simple pleasures, bringing people together. It's a free event. Information on my timeline. You'll see me blasted and talk about it all day. All right? But that's a simple pleasure, gathering people together. I love cooking. I love cooking for people. So put yourself in that, But don't overthink it. Yo, this is so important. Don't overthink the thing that brings you joy that you want to do. Avoid judging whether the activity is productive. I've heard many people say it's not productive, or I had a productive day, or it was nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But we're starting to put everything in that space that if it's not productive, it's a waste of time. And that's crazy. That's crazy. Because some of the things that bring us the most joy, pralines and cream ice cream, how is that productive? But it makes me feel amazing. It's one of my favorite ice creams. It's not really productive me drinking a cup of coffee. Is walking around the neighborhood and doing a 2-mile walk or 3-mile, whatever, is that productive? Yes, it's exercise. But everything doesn't have to be productive to bring you joy. Or if you still have the skill for it. I'm not dancing like I used to, but I can move my body. You know what I'm saying? I probably can't draw as good as I used to because I hadn't been in practice with it, but I could sit down and sketch something. A sister sent me a sketch the other day, and I was like, oh, you're an artist, huh? It was like a new dude. I was like, I don't know who this dude is. He was like, I was just sketching something. He was like, this looks like you know this person. So that might have brought her a bigger sense of joy. Because the picture was, all right. All right, the roadmap. Use this list as your personal guide to test the waters and see what still resonates. Make a roadmap. Like I said, the list I told you do a list of 10 things. I knew they were going to get into the list because that's what my thought was. Use the list as your personal guide to test the waters and see what still resonates. This is on the Ahead app. So the list that you're building, you can go through and see if you still like the things. That's deep. I never thought about that. Not only writing down a list of things you like to do, because sometimes we're reaching back in the past to get the things you like to do anyway, right? When you do that, see if it still brings you the same joy. Some things may bring you more joy. All right, before I go any further, let me jump into thanking one of my media sponsors, Sheen Magazine. Don't forget the latest copy of Sheen Magazine is on stands now. Barnes & Noble, your favorite book stand, your favorite news stand. Ask for Sheen Magazine. Have my latest Dear Troy article in the magazine. Big shout out to Sheen Magazine. Another one of my media sponsors right here in Los Angeles, Reach LA Angels. ReachLAAngels.com. Follow at Reach LA Angels on Instagram. You can check out the articles and see my weekly blogs there. Got another blog dropping probably sometime today, this evening. We do I do one a week, but yeah, get the schedule together. Missy K, I owe you a blog. Okay. Big shout out to Flamin' Pasta, one of my favorite. It's hard to call it a fast food or in-and-out restaurant, but they do pasta to go. Somebody said they were like the Chipotle of pasta, but they're so much better. The most delicious pasta I've had is, and if you go to my Troy the Foodie page, you'll see me tasting some of the delicious pasta that they have. But oh my goodness, shout out to Flamin' Pasta, at Flamin' Pasta. Make sure you follow him. Milton Breeze and Breeze Urban Ballroom Dancing. If you're in the DMV area and you love to dance and you want to go out and dance, you want to learn how to hand dance. It's so important to learn to hand dance. I wish I was in Baltimore for that, but we're going to do some online stuff where we can get some tips on how to move and dance and groove. Because some of your older brothers can't really dance, or you don't dance with your lady. It's been many times I've been at a party or something, and I'm dancing with a lady on the floor, and her husband just sitting back like, I don't dance with her. And she is getting it in. Her hands on the floor, She's 65 with her hands on the floor. I'm just saying, you might want to get her. This is about to be a simple pleasure. Okay. Big shout out to Milton Breeze. Barbara Solomon, writer. Barbara Solomon, griot writer. Barbara's going to be doing a segment on the show, on the morning show, and I love me some Barbara Solomon. Make sure you follow Barbara Solomon, writer, on Instagram. She has amazing children's books, but I call them coffee table books because they're more than just children's books to me, because they're beautiful, the art is amazing, and they're one of the most inspirational pieces of literature you're going to get for you and the whole family. Amazing person. Barbara's a dancer too. She was a professional dancer. We're going to talk about, we'll bring her on the show. She's going to be doing a segment on the Troy Rawlings Morning Show. Big shout out to Steel City Cigars. If you're a cigar aficionado, Steel City Cigars is a top quality. My man Tony Rawlings, top quality cigar, stogie. Bad Juju Golf. Congratulations, Bad Juju Golf. Apparel company, family owned, black owned apparel company based here out of Los Angeles. Amazing. Bad Juju Golf. Follow Bad Juju Golf and badjujugolf.com. They just came out with their golf bags that are amazing. I'm trying to get into golf. I'm working on a simulator every day. Connecting with the ball, because in a week I'm be hitting the courses. So watch out, y'all, because I'm coming and I'm gonna try to hit it straight. Lynn Connor, love to you, Lynn Connor. Lynn Connor has an amazing dispensary in LA, but follow Lynn Connor for all things Lynn Connor, because she is the brand, whether she know it or not. My girl Martita Suarez, trying to link up with Martita because she's going to be doing a segment on the show too, so big shout out to her. Destiny Over Drama, I had to give a shout out to my girl Renee Ambush, and thank you to all my sponsors and supporters. And if you have a business and you want to sponsor the Troy Rawlings Morning Show, DM me, hit me up, and I'll tell you how to get on board, and also how you can be a part of the show as well. All right, talk to you soon. Thank you guys who are listening. Okay, let's keep going. We're talking about rediscovering joy, reconnecting with what makes you happy. We were talking about some of the bite-sized strategies. We just said create a joy inventory, listing past pleasures. Don't overthink it. Use the roadmap. Number 2 is practice microdosing joy. Practice microdosing joy. It's funny to use the word microdosing. What is microdosing? Small amounts. That's all I'll say. Start small. Commit to just 5 minutes of a previously enjoyed activity with zero expectations. Commit to 5 minutes of a previously enjoyed activity with zero expectations. Simple. Remove the pressure. Whether it's picking up a book, doodling, or listening to an old playlist, just let yourself experience it for a few moments. I decided I love broadcasting. I love it. I have a curriculum, radio and broadcast etiquette 101. I teach it. If you want to learn how to do monetizable radio shows and podcasts, I'm your guy. I love teaching it. It's a business. I love doing radio. I love doing live broadcasts. Yet I stopped it because I didn't have my radio station anymore. And I was thinking of a way to bring it back a certain way. And I love interviewing people. And I stopped that because I was like, I may not have time to do it, this, that, and other. And my interviews are usually an hour. I have over 100 interviews on LA Radio Now YouTube channel from 2019 to current. And I keep doing it because I love it. I can't stop. This broadcast, our broadcast, was something I kind of prayed about, wanted to do. And some people, my close, big shout out to DeAndre Landers, LA Biz guy. He always says, so what do you do? What is the main thing you do? What is the main thing you do? And for me, one of the things that makes me happy is doing everything I do. I remember my father, rejoice in heaven, Harold Delroy Rawlings Sr., an amazing brother. He suffered from some depression. He was the hardest on himself. I remember somebody said the worst things he ever did to anybody were the things he did to himself. He was a wonderful man. But he was an amazing, fine artist. He could sing. He lettered at all the sports he played in high school. It was softball. He played some basketball, but softball and football, baseball and football were his things. And I remember when I was younger, he got on a softball team, adult softball team. We'd go out to this place near Horse Ranch, and he'd be out there playing, and it was his exercise. He enjoyed it. He loved photography. He got into photography. Did a little bit of everything. Some of his vices, alcohol, drugs, took their toll on him piece by piece. It's funny because the microdosing, the things he was doing, took their toll on his body, his heart, mind. But I think about the vices that beat us down and what happens if we lean more heavy into the vices that bring us joy. Sometimes they come so natural to us. Like I say, we think it's not productive enough. Oh, why am I doing this? This is something frivolous. Why am I doing this? It comes too natural. It's so easy to us. My father, fine arts to him was so easy. It was so easy for him to sit down and sketch a masterpiece. It was so easy for him to sit down and or take some pictures or develop or different things. What happens if we go from microdosing to doing a life filled, where we take time throughout the day, like we take a lunch or we do a scheduled meeting, and we inject pieces of joy? What happens to our life? My father was an amazing man, and he had a lot of things that brought him joy, but it seems like the things that overwhelmed him, that made him tired, were the things he felt like he had to do. So when someone asks me what specifically I do, I kind of go through all of them. I list them all for a reason. But I know why I am able to do all the things that I do. Why? Because I couldn't be a good business consultant, in my opinion, if I didn't have experience in a lot of the things I do. I couldn't be a good teacher if I didn't have experience in a lot of things I do. I couldn't do this and come to you boldly and say my mission is to help men and women communicate better in love. And I'm gonna get on here every day, 5 days a week for an hour and talk about some of the love things. Because I talk to me like this. So me talking to you lovingly and kind and having fun and just a chill conversation is second nature. But we have free platforms to do that instead of rip people down, instead of make people feel worse, instead of gossiping about the things we don't like. What brings you joy? Okay? That's just sorry. I'm starting to feel myself. My strength is coming up. Carpe MFDM. Seize the most fantastic, a more fundamentally fulfilling, the most fabulous day. Or seize the unlooking day. It's my motto. One of them. Another one of my mottos is life is long and beautiful. So you'll see that coming too. Okay. So we're talking about small, bite-sized strategies. Create a joy inventory. List past pleasures. Don't overthink it. Write your roadmap out. Remember, said write 5 to 10 things today that you just enjoy. And it doesn't have to be anything crazy. And it's for you. Nobody has to understand it. Practice microdosing joy. Start small. Commit to just 5 minutes of a previously enjoyed activity with zero expectations. Remove the pressure. Whether it's picking up a book, doodling, or listening to an old playlist, just let yourself experience it for a few moments. Build the habit. Gradually increase your time as your capacity for enjoyment strengthens. Capacity. What do you mean capacity, Troy? Capacity is how much you can take, how much you can, in psychological terms. When I was starting to study, I don't have a degree yet, but I want to get a psychology degree before I leave this planet. I like to add those letters to my books that I'm writing. But I think it's amazing just studying psychology, and I love talking to people, and I love helping people, and So I don't know where it's going to take me, but But I remember studying on capacity at a time when I was losing my capacity, where my capacity was getting. And it was a big exercise because I'm doing well in my classes and I'm writing because I love to write and having a great time. And then I got a project come from Sheen Magazine, which to me was one of the most defining things of my life. I got to interview Kathy Hughes. I'm a broadcast professional. I love media. Kathy Hughes is the founder of Radio One, TV One, Urban One. And I get to sit down with one of the legends in this space. And I end up interviewing her twice for a total of about 3 hours. And she was good with it. And we got in deep. And you still owe me a part 3 before we got to do part 3, Kathy Hughes, if you catch this. But it was the most exhilarating piece of my life, and I was prepared for it because that's who I am. Not this great person that prepares, but I had been doing media interviews and stuff for over 20 years by the time I got a chance to sit down with her. I knew my stuff, and she knew who I was from some of my background in Baltimore. Amazing. Around the same time that I was doing online school, and then all of a sudden I couldn't open the app. I couldn't open the app to do school. It just felt like I didn't want to even touch anything else. I was like, what is wrong with me? I literally pulled out, and then something came up from my mother, and she had passed away already, and some other stuff with her prop. It hit me like a ton of bricks, but I was in a sound mind space where I realized, oh my God, what is going on? Dude, you just studied about capacity. I don't have the capacity. If you've ever heard anybody say, I don't have the capacity. Guys used to say stuff like this. Guys be like, girl, look, if you see it, you arguing with your guy, it's like, look. This for a man, sidebar, this for a man is a stance of a couple of things. If a guy puts his hands up near his head and he's talking to you and he's arguing, he ain't looking at you. Look now, I'm telling you, I can't take no more. Even with my mother, anybody. This is a sign of surrender. Put your hands up. It's a sign of surrender. I don't have any weapons. But for a man, we're protecting our head. It's a sign of protection. If you fighting or something like that, and somebody comes to you, they say, put your guard up, put your guard up. You know, however you're gonna do it. If you're gonna lead with your left, and with your right. You know, keep it. Protect your chin, because they hit your chin. The knockout mechanism, the knockout mechanism is actually your body protecting yourself from dying, your neck breaking. Get to a certain level, neck's gonna break. Let's shut this mug down. It's actually your body protecting itself. Protect your chin, because somebody hit that chin hard enough to spin your head, you're gonna be knocked out. So this is a sign of surrender, protecting your head. And a lot of times in an argument, when you see somebody do this, it's almost like, I've had it up to here, your capacity is gone. The capacity to take any more is gone. So I love the word capacity, because it keeps you on point with what's going on. It lets you know when it's actually time to rest or take a nap, and not just pushing the extra. I'd rather stay up and get it done. Okay, but pay attention to your mind, your heart, and your capacity. Okay. That took me, I'm sorry, get me started. Gradually increase your time as your capacity for enjoyment strengthens. What? Troy, you telling me that you have to have a certain capacity to be able to handle enjoyment? Yes. Ask a person who parties on the weekend real hard. Living for the weekend. Anybody that parties real hard on a Sunday, or that I gotta go to work tomorrow, I can't do too much, because they know how much sleep it takes for them to have a good day on Monday or whatever day. Capacity for enjoyment. Plus, as this saying, a lot of us give ourselves excuses why not to enjoy something, why we shouldn't enjoy something. It's not productive. Mindless. I used to get on some friends of mine about watching too much Law and Order or things that First 48 and stuff like that, because they couldn't sleep well. I was like, because you're having nightmares about bodies sitting there. Why didn't you save me? You having nightmares about bodies you saw in the First 40. I just figured that. But I also realized that some people like what they call trash TV. the reality shows, stuff like that. Is it productive all the time? No. Is it good for some people to watch it? It's good if you're not arguing all the time. If you find yourself arguing a lot and you're looking for a reason to cuss some girl out or throw some water. Kathy Hughes said in the interview, she was like, Troy, I'm in my 70s and I've never been at a restaurant and seen some woman throw a glass of champagne on somebody and start grabbing her hair at the table. I was like, I don't know where they do that at. Some stuff is just for trash TV and art, but your capacity for enjoyment. We have to have a capacity for how much we can take. Some people know how much they can do, some people don't. Some people, their girlfriends know, if we go out with Angie this weekend, I'm gonna be driving. Because you know how she get when she start clubbing and drinking. And she got them tequilas, one margarita. I had that too, so. Okay, so let me review this real quick. Create a joy inventory. Practice micro-dosing joy. Add play and novelty is number 3. Add play and novelty. Embrace playfulness. Give yourself permission to do something purely for fun. Skip down the sidewalk. They had this video of men trying to skip. Do you remember how to skip? I don't even think I remember. I might have to try it today while I'm walking. So if you see me skipping, I'm just having fun. If you see me skip and fall, if I don't get right back up or take my time to laugh, if you don't see me laughing and rolling and then get up or try to get up, come help me, please, because I'm hurt. Embrace playfulness. Give yourself permission to do something purely for fun. Skip down the sidewalk. Put together a puzzle. Some people like puzzles. Or play with a pet. Might not have to be. Some people have pets. That brings crazy joy. I like pets. I don't have any, but I'm a doggy uncle type dude. That's by Rowena Mabbitt. Rowena Mabbitt. Okay. Seek new experiences. The human brain is hardwired to experience joy when encountering novelty. Did you guys know that? The human brain is hardwired to experience joy when encountering novelty. See, this is where we go to the next level. Wait a second. Let me show y'all something. Because I didn't go to college. Not that I didn't want to, but novelty. Let me get a working definition for novelty. Refers to the quality of being new, original, or unusual. It can describe a refreshing new experience, a manufactured, oh, whew, Lord. Me, you. Novelty refers to the quality of being new, original, or unusual. It can describe a refreshing new experience, a manufactured trinket or toy, or an innovative legal concept. Something new. I think we talked about this before. They used to say we only use 10% of our brain. Come to find out that's not true. The 10% of our brain that seems like it always lights up when they're doing the brain scans is from the stuff we usually do. Going to work, brushing our teeth, the religious things. Religious means you do it on a regular basis. Going to work, brushing our teeth, driving. You ever drive home from somewhere or drive to work and then you kind of wake up and you're like, how'd I get here? You think about other stuff, your mind's in. But when we do something new, the other side of our brain lights up. The other 90% lights up and gets excited when it's something new. So the new experience, the brain is hardwired to experience joy when encountering something new. Something new. Try visiting a new park or a local museum to spark fresh energy. I know some people that love parks and museums. I love parks. I love taking a walk in the park. That's Harvard Health. Harvard Health gave us that one. All right, ground yourself in the present. Let me tell you something. Somebody, I was talking to a friend about something, adult. But my answer was because I'm present. Being present is, I think, the key. One of the keys, because sometimes we need escapism, don't get me wrong. But being present is one of the main keys in self-love and love. Being present allows us to take time to listen to folks differently, to listen to ourselves differently, to give ourselves another level of respect, attention, being present. Ground yourself in the present. Take joy pauses. Deliberately stop what you are doing several times a day to notice something pleasant in your immediate environment. How many of us, I love flesh. I love flesh. I love some flesh. I love the flesh I'm in. I love other flesh. I'm starting to say, put the lotion in the basket. Lotion in the basket? Is that what it is? Anyway. I love fresh flowers. I am working this tongue out this morning. I'm working my... I'm going to start doing singing exercises before I do this. I love fresh flowers. Fresh flowers. I realize that. When I'm walking and I walk past roses, I stop and smell them. There's a street, it's funny because there's a street here in Burbank, California called Flower Street. And the recycling place is on Flower Street. But Flower Street has a lot of flowers. And they're like flowers and stuff near the recycling place. And I walk by there sometimes. I'm like, oh, this flower smells so good. The closer you get to the recycling space, it's like, oh, something wrong with this flower. Oh, it's a garbage place. Oh. Fresh flowers. Something simple. I like flowers. Some of you have a beautiful house or yard or park near you, or just a piece of art that you have in your house. Put some art on your walls. If you like certain things, my friend Debbie Simmons, amazing photographer. And I remember one time we go to this, we're in Abbot Kinney, one of my favorite places in Los Angeles, Abbot Kinney. I love that neighborhood. And we're walking and we walk past this art gallery, small art gallery, private owned. We go inside. I forgot the brother's name, the artist, forgive me. Beautiful art. And Deb sees this picture and she's almost in tears. And she's like, I don't know, I want to eat it. I was like, what? What's happening now? What's going on there? Well, what she was saying is, it was so moving to her that she wanted to consume it. She wanted to, how can I just, and they say when you see a piece of art that moves you a certain way, that's your art, that's your piece. The piece that she was looking at had, it was 5 figures. She was like, I wanted that. But she ended up going to this artist and buying art that reminded her of that. And, but she was moved, and we had a whole experience there and stuff like that. I've seen some art like that before. Shout out to my girl, Tanny Campbell. Tanny Campbell is one of my close friends. We worked together when I had my barbershop in Baltimore, and amazing creative. I had no idea she was such a phenomenal artist. And right around 2020, 2021, she told me she was doing some art, showed me some stuff. I produced her first art show, vernissage, here in Los Angeles. We went on to do some other things. She's still doing amazing stuff. See, Reggie Rogers, what it do, brother? And but her art moves me like that, and some other artists. So what are things in your environment, your immediate environment? Take joy pauses. Deliberately stop what you're doing several times a day to notice something pleasant in your immediate environment. Our homes should have pieces of pleasure around us. Our offices, our studios, if you look at your walls and your walls are blank, think about the things you want to see around. I like plants. I love flowers. I like certain kinds of art. Indulge in that. Okay? Last but not least, savor the moment. Focus completely on the warmth of the sun on your skin. The smell of fresh coffee. I gotta get some coffee today, Lord knows. The smell of fresh coffee, or the sound of the breeze. I told you, I love classical music. I will put it on 91.5, which is funny because 91.5 was the classical station in Baltimore too, but here in California. So I'll put it on 91.5. I'll put on a jazz CD. I'll listen to, yes, I said CD. Playlist, YouTube. My brother, how you feeling? And that's from the Head app. Yes, let's go. Let's run it down one more time. If you're just tuning in, you can go back and watch this here, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn. It'll be all over. But we're talking about rediscovering joy and reconnecting with what makes you happy today. All month of June, we're talking about self-love 5 days a week. And today we're talking about rediscovering joy, reconnecting with what makes you happy. Rediscovering joy begins by giving yourself permission to slow down and embrace small, manageable shifts, movements that bring a little joy. Things, taking a beat from a phone call, meeting before your meeting, and reading a poem, smelling some roses, getting some coffee, taking a stroll, whatever. Instead of waiting for massive life changes, you can start by identifying the tiny everyday activities that naturally bring you peace, playfulness, or a sense of accomplishment. Talked about create a joy inventory, writing your list down, lists past pleasures. Don't overthink it. Avoid judging whether the activity is productive. We do that so much. The roadmap, practice microdosing joy. Start small, remove the pressure, whether it's picking up a book, doodling, or listening to an old playlist. Just let yourself experience it for a few moments. Build the habit as your capacity for joy. We have to build a capacity for joy, y'all, because some of us have beat ourselves down so much that we don't think we deserve joy. We don't think we're worthy of joy. We don't think unless we work real hard, know you deserve joy because you're breathing. Because you're breathing, because you're alive, because you open your eyes today, you're supposed to start microdosing joy. It's not going to kill you. Or KO you. Add play and novelty, the new things. Remember, our brain lights up when we have new experiences. Any new experience, something, I should try that. Now, I promise tomorrow I'll try it. Embrace playfulness, seek new experiences, ground yourself in the present, pay attention, take a beat. Because we get so caught up. You ever be talking to somebody and they in the world and you talk to them, you're like, you hear what I said? Oh man, I was somewhere else. We're at brunch, chilling. Where was your mind at? Take your time to be present where you are, especially if it's a place you went to specifically for joy. Deliberately stop what you were doing several times a day to notice something pleasant in your immediate environment and savor the moment. Focus completely on the warmth of the sun on your skin. I love it in California when I'm walking. Sometimes I go outside and just get that natural vitamin D from the sun on my skin. Some of y'all are like, I need some vitamin D too. The smell of fresh coffee, the sound of the breeze, good music. Rediscover joy. Okay. Thank you all. Once again, my sponsors will be listed below. You can check them out. All the people that are tied in, partnering. I'm excited because we're going to bring on a couple segments to the morning show, small segments from some of the people that I rock with that are contributors to what I'm doing on a regular basis. I want to bring them on board to give them more exposure. So the Troy Rawlings Live Morning Edition will be a perfect place. Treat it like a live, joyful, loving newspaper or news blast. So this is my 60 minutes, but we're going to be talking about love for the rest of the year. And then next year we'll talk about love again. It's just a dose of something. That wasn't an earthquake. That was me hitting the camera. All right. But I love y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Spread this, share this all over. Share this with somebody who may needs it. Carpe FDM. Follow Carpe FDM. I'll be bringing out some more gear. You'll be seeing me wear more of the gear. You'll be seeing me with more merch. I got to get some more coffee mugs. You'll be able to order it. And this year, you'll be seeing me sport a lot of my gears. I'm doing a lot more events. Yes, big shout out to Dry Bones Academics. I did an event on Saturday. sister named Jeannie, from my guy Juice, comedian Juice Demetrius, referred me to it. Amazing event with some older folks in there, and a great mission to help men get education and help them have better lives. So I'm going to be working with them some more. I've been getting a lot of calls to do benefits and stuff lately, and I've been leaning into it. Jam and J Lamont, what it do, brother? Thank you for tuning in. You can go back and watch this. I am the month of June. I'm talking about self-love. It's the Troy Rawlings Morning Edition, positive broadcast all year. I'll be talking about love, but the month of June, I'm talking about self-love. Today, we're talking about rediscovering joy, reconnecting with what makes you happy. And 5 days a week, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. Pacific. You see, I'm like, yeah, by the way, I need some coffee. 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Good morning to you, Jay. Hope all is well, brother. Amazing comedian and entertainer and singer, Jam and J Lamont. But yeah, y'all. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for rocking with me. I will talk to you all later. And my time is done for today. Have an amazing, blessed day today on purpose. Find your joy. Rediscover some of your joy today. Get in it. Get in it on purpose. Don't judge yourself. It doesn't have to be productive. It can just be something that brings you joy. Small thing. Give me some coffee, and later on sometime I'll give me some pralines green. Tonight, if you're in the Los Angeles area, and I usually don't date these, but it's June 8th. Game 3, Madison Square Garden. We're going to be here at NBA Golf, watching it on the golf screen, the big screen. BYOB. Bring your own. We have some chairs, but you might want to bring your own comfortable lawn chair or whatever. Chairs are first come, first serve. We have a couch in that area too, and so, but we'll have some light refreshments, BYOB. And if you want to bring a dish or something too, you can do that. It's free admission. We can have fun. All right. Love y'all. God bless. One love. Talk to you later. Have a blessed day. Peace.